Hi everyone. Today I'm gonna read some stuff. So the first materials. A very long time ago, people didn't build homes. They slept in forests and caves, hunted animals, and collected fruit. They also made things from materials that they found around them. What did they make? And what materials did they use? Flint and fur. People made the first tools from a stone called flint. They use flints in their hands or they fix them to a piece of wood or animal bones. People use flint tools to cut wood and to hunt animals. In cold countries, they use animal fur to make clothes and shoes. Wood and plants. People use wood and plants to make shelters, simple places to live in. They cut wood from trees to make the shape of the shelter. Then they use other plants to make the roof and the walls. Some people still make homes like this today. People use grass to make threads. They push threads over and under other threads to make clothes and beds. This is called weaving. They also made baskets by weaving on sticks. Baskets are great for carrying food and catching fish. Clay. About 10,000 years ago, people mixed sand and grass with a type of soil called clay to make a material called adobe. They put the adobe into mold and to, left it to dry. Adobe becomes very hard in the sun. People use adobe bricks to build first houses. In many hot countries, people still build adobe houses today. People also learn how to make shapes from clay. They put clay shapes into a fire um, in a pottery, um, and they can hold water. So it's great for uh, touching and something food. I don't know. Bronze and iron. Some rocks have metals in them. About 8,500 years ago, people discovered how to use a process called smelting to get metals out of rocks. The first metals, like gold, were very soft. Then people mixed two metals together to make a hard metal called bronze. They used bronze to make tools and weapons. Later, they used another metal called iron. Stone. About 5,000 years ago, people started to live in big towns. They built some walls around their towns. They also used stone to make buildings like temples and palaces. Stone is waterproof and much stronger than adobe. Finding materials. It can be very difficult to find materials, and many of them come from underground, under the ground, or under water. How do we find and collect these materials? Seeing under the ground, we find different materials in different types of rock. People called geologists study different rocks to find materials in them. They also study rivers and oceans to see what minerals are in the water. Other scientists use machines to measure how electricity and radio signal go through different rocks in the ground. They also use trucks that hit the ground and then machines measure how the ground moves. This tells them about the rocks and minerals under the ground. Drilling. Machines could drill make holes in the ground and collect small pieces of rock. Geologists study this rock to look for minerals. People also drill to take oil from the ground. They make holes called oil wells, and they use pumps to take liquid oil from the ground. People use platforms to get oil from under the ocean. Some platforms stand on big lakes under the water. It's difficult to get the oil because the water is very deep and the weather can be bad too. mines. Coal is a black mineral that people burn for heat in homes or factories. People dig, people dig, people dig something to get coal and other minerals like gold and diamonds. Open cast mines or big holes in the ground. Huge digging machine take the rock from the mines. Sometimes people use dangerous chemicals called explosives to break the rocks. Underground mines have tunnels deep under the ground. Miners work in the tunnels and cut the rock. It's very dangerous work because rocks can fall and water or gas can get into the tunnels. Water and salt. Salt is a mineral that people use for cooking and lots of other things. People can get salt by putting seawater into pools. When it's sunny, the water evaporates, but the salt stays in the pool. Later, people collect the salt. In some place, there are gems or minerals in the soil. People use water to get them out of the soil. To find gold, people put soil into a round object called pan. When they wash the pan with water, the grains of gold go to the bottom of the pan. That's it. Thank you very much.